Hi, and welcome to the next instalment of adding water to our layout for Forest Creek Model Railway. So I've got the dam painted up. Off camera I came back with the airbrush and I added a few shades of earth tones to make it a little bit more realistic. I've used some desert yellows, some earth browns and a couple of others. Now come to time to actually pour the water, pour the resin. So what I'm going to be using is some Pro-Tite fiberglass clear casting embedding resin. So I've got that there. I have the catalyst to make sure it goes off and goes hard. I have some Tamiya desert yellow, which is the colour that you can see around the edge here. So that's going to be the tint for our water. And I have a cup which I've just measured out 30, 60 and 90 mils, and the equivalents for the catalyst drops, so 8, 16 and 24 depending on how much I need. I'm going to make up the 90, although I may not need it all. It's a lot easier to do one pour than come back later and do another one. So I'll take my resin, take my cup, and I'll measure out the 90 mils. Try not to make too much of a mess. Now this stuff is pretty strong width-wise. It's got a pretty strong smell, so make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. So out here on the layout, it's pretty well ventilated, so we're pretty safe. So in my cup now, I've got my 90 mils of resin. So I'm going to tint it first, because once I add the catalyst, then of course you're on the clock to get it poured. So I'm only going to add a couple of drops of this to it, because it doesn't really take much to tint the colour. So that's 1 drop. I'm just adding 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops, 5, 6. So I'll just put in 6 drops. And over the 90 mils, that will probably be enough just to put that tint through, so you can see it sitting on top there. So I'm just going to give that a mix into my resin. Giving it a mix in here, and it's just sending it a little bit of a murky colour, so it's not going to be crystal clear, like so. Get all that mixed in. Alright, so now I will add the catalyst. So for the 90 mil, it should be 24 drops. So I'll just grab this here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now we'll give that a mix. Now, like I said, the fiberglass resin is very, very potent, very strong smell. So again, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. And that should pretty much all be mixed in now. So what I'm going to do is just in the middle, I'm just going to slowly pour it and just let it run to all the areas out to where it's got to go. Now I never wanted it to be full, the dam. I did want it to be a bit lower, so that's okay. Okay. So now I'm just going to grab my brush and just feather out these edges, push it around a bit so it just doesn't look like it's a rounded edged. Just break the tension all the way around the edge, like so. Okay. There we go. Really, that's all there is to it. It's quite simple. We've now got our resin poured, and it'll be a matter of just waiting for a couple of days. Really, it should only take 24 hours for it to dry, cure, but I normally leave it for 48 or so, just to make sure. I'll come back out and then we'll add some Mod Podge to the top of the resin, and I'll show you the technique I use to put a bit of a rippling, waving effect on top of the water, so it's not just a smooth glass finish. Because look at any dam, when you drive past it and you'll notice that the water's not perfectly calm, it's always got a bit of a ripple to it. So the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. I'm going to put some Glad wrap over the top of it so that any dust or things in the air don't settle down on the resin while it's curing, so it's nice and clean. So that's pretty much all there is to it. That's our resin pour, and like I said, it'll come back once that's cured, and we'll go to the next step. So thanks for watching. Like always, like the video, subscribe, stay up to date, and I'll see you back on the next one when we add the effect to the top of the water. So from me and Forest Creek Model Railway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.